This video has been put together to help review the search features within CMS. There's lots of ways to find lots of data in CMS, and so we thought we'd put together this review to help you understand the different ways to search. From the customer list, let's start with the customer list. We have lots of ways to search here by hitting the Find Customer button or hitting the F2 key should also launch the search windows. We can search by company or customer number, email, last name, phone numbers, order numbers, alternate ID, and we just added now this primary address line. Primary notes field in the mail list. We know from our old wizard days a lot of people store a lot of stuff in there, and so now they're completely searchable, along with all of these other methods here in the customer list. We've also put these search buttons here right on the icon menus so that you can easily get to them. This one is to find customers. This one over here is to find orders and things. So let me close this particular one and let's go to the next one, and that's typically about finding orders. And this one you can access from the menus from there or from the drop down windows as well. They're also here to find an order, same exact thing. So these ones let you search by order number and of course by date. So if you wanted to look up orders, you know, from a certain date, you could search for them and it would go to there, and there you go. So you could scroll through them. Of course, you can search by the customer's last name or the customer number or the company name. Same with if they are pro forma orders or temporarily saved orders, you could search just that subgroup, as well as orders taken by a certain type of operator, and you can also search by ship dates too. So gosh, there's all kinds. If that's not enough, on the Advanced tab we also have additional fields in the order database that you can search on. The reference order number typically is the web store import order number. So if someone calls up and they've got that web order number, you could actually probably search it and find it, especially if it's from an eCMS cart system or one of the CV3's things. Same with the purchase order number. A lot of times that's always been a searchable field, so you could just look for it there too. Of course, the phone number, the tracking numbers, the email addresses. We have the credit card numbers on there. In the old days it probably worked pretty good, but in the days of now of encryption, I'm not so sure that comes up with a hit every time. But we certainly have those ways of searching. We also have another feature here too, and that is looking up the ship to addresses. And this became apparent for large gifting companies where they may have, you know, a long list of recipients that weren't stored in the database, but they still need to search on it. So you could still do that because we can do it. So there it is. So you have the basic and advanced and the ship to windows that you can search by. Also, in that one I forgot to mention is that you can always go right to the last order taken. So that I use that one a lot. That's a handy one to have. So also wanted to mention, while you have an order open, you certainly come back and use these same icons for searching, but we also have that one right here under the retrieve button right here on the right hand side. A lot of people don't know that that's there, but it is, and it's very handy to have. So there you go. Other ways of searching, I'm going to go into an actual order because there's some searching that goes on as far as items go while you're taking an order. So of course, if you're in the product code field, you can certainly just start typing the code and it'll go right, shortlist the code at least down to, or narrow the search down to just the ones that the first few characters you type in match. And so you can use that way of searching. You can also search by description, when that would allow you to look up any product by it containing the words in the description field. So if you wanted, in this case, to look for a gift basket that had a wine in it, you could find those and you just double click it, it would drop it in. Secondly, we also have what we call an advanced product search, and of course we can search the product code, which we just saw, and the description, but this allows us to go out and look for information in the technical notes field of a product. A good example of someone using this is we have a customer who's a record company, and they listed all the song titles in the technical notes field. So now they can search for any record with any song title on it in their entire library. So great application of that. If you have information in the tech notes field, you can always search by it too. So it's another new feature. You can see by this drop down we'll be adding other fields for consideration in the search windows from the item screen. So from this screen you can see we could do it by the product code, by the search field, or by the advanced product search field. All good stuff. Okay, I'm going to go to a next place where searching is sort of curious. So we're going to look at the purchase order system. And so in the PO system there's a lot of searching going on in here that people don't know about. In this case you can search by a specific PO number by putting that in, but this drop down lets you search for other things in other ways, which is great. So in this case you can search by a particular vendor and look at all of the POs, you know, in whichever section. This company doesn't use POs, but in the search windows here you can search for just a vendor's open POs, or POs that have just a certain product code on them, which would just display those, or by the vendor SKU number. And or if it's a drop ship order, which some people use this to manage drop ship POs, you could actually put the CMS order number in here, and in the drop ship section it would go right to it. Oops. Excuse me. Anyway, that's another place where searching is important when you're trying to pull up purchase orders, especially if you use the PL system quite a bit. So that pretty much covers a lot of the searching we have. I think you could see that we have lots of ways to track down information, whether it's in the product list. I guess we should look at that too. Same deal here is that I can type in the product code and it'll do a text search on it, and same here too is that I can use the description keys to narrow down the search based on what's in the description. So we have some other searching capabilities there as well. I think that about covers it. If I can think of some other ones, I certainly will add them to this video, but you can see that you can search from many different ways, from the customer records and or retrieving orders, which is really where most of it comes in. We do have mail filters and custom filters and fulfillment filters, which I think really is a different subject than searching for orders and products and POs. So I'll end this video for this time. Look back at our library for other subject matter. If you have any questions or want to talk about anything, just shoot us an email or give us a call. Thanks.